Final race of the day, race 88 in the Goblets. The Germans, Grossman and Trebbow, against the two Greeks, Ntouskos and Petrou. And the Germans have gone out like a train, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Well, this is the largest imbalance. The Germans are 42 pounds a man, bigger than the Greeks. The Greeks actually have a lightweight stroking the boat. So that weight difference will really begin to tell halfway through the race.
And you could see Ntouskos in the bow seat taking a wary look over his left shoulder just to make sure they weren't going too close to those booms and the posts. And if he looks over the right shoulder, that's anyway he's going to see the crew he's competing against, because the Germans have immediately, within the first few strokes, he thought they made their authority tell.
Yes.
And this is very much a parade now, an exhibition of pairs work, and the Germans.
But the Greeks are rowing with really good grit. The bowman, or the stroke man's a lightweight. He's from the Nautical Club of Yanina, which is the Olympic course from 2004.
And Ntouskos is from Thessaloniki on the coast in northern Greece. Half of the Greek lightweight men's four which failed to qualify for the Olympics at Lucerne, and they're not going to get any consolation here, sadly for them, at Henley.
No, but it's a nice bonus for Henley now that there are qualifiers for the Olympics, when most of the Olympic crews, the top elites, do not come to Henley for the Olympic year. We have a lot of the crews that got bounced a month before at Lucerne.
And so many of the crews, and you're an obvious walking advert for that. There is something, the allure of Henley still counts. Yes, it's the Olympics, and I'm sure they would say we want to be there, but to be here for so many of them first time, there are so many people walking around with eyes wide open, take it all in.
The beauty of Henley is that when you race Lucerne, or you race at Poznan or Albayet, anywhere, okay, you never really go back there again. But if you race at Henley once, you can come back the rest of your life and say, hey, I raced here. This was a lot of fun. It gives rowers a sense of a worldwide home, in fact.
Well, here is an obvious example of this race of the appeal of Henley. We have these four oarsmen, sweet rowers, making their way down the course. We've just had a crew from Germany. We've had French, Serb, Dutch as well in the last few races. Also in the silver goblets before, the two Germans who won so convincingly, Lucas Dunkrak and Nico Mergot. And now we're watching Malte Grossman and Michael Trebbow. Very efficient, calmly, almost serenely, just because the wind has actually picked up again now, a bit more of a headwind, but seem almost unhurried.
I can tell you, this is the last race of the day, and living in Florida, I'm starting to get some shakes. This is colder than our winter. I'm ready for the last race.
You don't want to tell us about another problem, then?
No.
No. Coming up towards 7:45 here on the water at the River Thames. Henley Royal Regatta coming to the conclusion of the second day of competition in 2016.
Like we've seen here in these last couple of races, the internationalization of Henley is becoming greater and greater every year. They've done a fantastic job of recruiting foreign crews. I think there were 163. Here's two foreign crews here. The previous race had Germans. The previous race had French, Serbs, you name it.
Comfortably in the lead, the Germans. They have done what they wanted to do. No steering problems. It's all very much under control. They will be competing still.
And they're through to Friday.
Yep, it's Friday. The weekend is getting ever closer. That's a great feeling, knowing that you've done the work. You're not under threat. Are they taking it up just a little bit? Just to
a
finish?
little bit.
Yep.
There's no roar from the grandstands, but I don't think they're worried about that right now.
They have done what they wanted to do, and they are coming across the line. Final race of the day, the Silver Goblets. And it ends quietly and comfortably for the German crew, and the Greeks make their way across the line. And that's the last time we'll hear that sound on this Thursday. That completes our racing. The Germans stronger than the Greeks.
We've seen some fantastic races today, both foul ball wins as well as a longer race like that. We've seen the thrills of hitting the booms and getting back in the race, and the thrills of hitting the boom and knowing the race is over.
And with every race, we're getting near the sharp end, the business end of this 2016 Henley Royal Regatta. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We've seen some great races, and believe you me, there'll be plenty more to come tomorrow, Friday, Saturday and Sunday here on this coverage of the regatta. Join Sarah Cook and Johnny Searle tomorrow at 8:30 for continued coverage, this time on the third day of the 2016 Henley Royal Regatta. But from Sean Colgan and Jonathan Edgard, have a very good evening.